Hey kiddos, today is the day we start to write our personal narratives. If you remember, over the weekend or by today, you were supposed to get your map for your story written and posted to me. If you didn't do that, please do that before you watch the rest of this video, okay? Now remember, we read My New Kite. This gentleman down here had written a personal narrative. It was his story and it was true. He wrote it. That is what a personal narrative is all about. Now remember, as we looked at this story, we saw that there were three main parts to the story. And each main part had its own paragraph. All right, that was last week's lessons. Now today we are going to take our stories, which we divided into main events. Mine has 3, maybe yours has 4 main things. And each of those events had details to it. Each of mine had 3 details. This one 3, this one has 4. It doesn't matter, but you have to remember that each main event is going to be made into a paragraph starting today. Today we are going to write the beginning of our narratives. Now if you look in your book on page 188, that gives you some helpful clues as to how to write your story in the best way possible. But before we even write it, I want you to understand, remember the writing process that we talked about in school? And we found out, or we learned, that everyone's writing goes through a process where you get your thoughts down on paper. That's what we're going to start today. And then you have someone read it to look for any word changes or any sentence changes or suggestions, and also looking for spelling errors or missing capital letters. That's called proofreading and editing. Just because we're not in school doesn't mean we forget that. So we're going to go through all that today. And I, Mrs. W, I don't have my name tag on, it's way over there. Mrs. W will be your proofreader and your editor. Are you excited or what? I mean, I can't even stand it. Here we go. And you guys get to be my proofreader and editors. So pay attention to what I write because I'm going to need your help to make my story even better. Give me suggestions that I can do. All right, so every good story starts with a good beginning. You know, when you were little, you were probably read fairy tales and nursery rhymes that most of them started with once upon a time. Good way to start. But I think we can get even better than that because you are just a few days away from being a 3rd grader. Shh. Don't tell anybody because I want to keep you in 2nd grade for just a little bit yet. Okay, so my story is about the day I got my 10-speed bike. It was for my birthday. It was very different in terms of how it operated. And I want to tell you about my first ride once I had that bike. Now I'm going to write each section in a different color. I don't want you to do that, but I'm going to do that to try to keep it easy for you to organize it, okay? So this first section, I'm just going to put a number 1 by it. You don't have to do that unless you want to number your events, but they should be in order already. But this is the first one. I have to start out my story by telling you that it was my birthday and that I always wanted a 10-speed. I got it for a present. Well, my present was a 10-speed. So I have to put that into a paragraph form. So I'm going to flip the page. Gotta tell you, I'm excited that you get to write a personal narrative. Oh, it's going to be great. Okay, now, so I put a title up here to save a little bit of time. My new 10-speed bike. Maybe you've got suggestions for how I could make that title even better, that I could capture your attention even faster. Okay, so now I have to think. My first event is all about my birthday, and it's my first paragraph. What do we do to the first word of every paragraph? Do we put it on the edge? No. Do you know what the name of that special thing we do? Indent. You make a dent in your story. Indent. So I'm going to start it right under the Y, and I think I'm going to use that for every beginning of my paragraphs, okay? I'm going to try to write a little small because I want to get my story all on the same page, and I hope you can see it. All right, so how do I want to start my paragraph and my story? Remember, a paragraph has a topic sentence, the details, and your closing sentence. So we're going to do that in my story. We're going to do that 3 times. So topic sentence tells you about the topic. The topic is that it's my birthday. Let's see. I do like to start out with a question. So I'm just going to try it. Okay, I'm indenting. Do you look forward to your, oh yeah, go all the way to the beginning, birthday? Question mark. So that's how I'm going to start. Do you look forward to your birthday? I'm writing it as if I'm talking right to you. And then I could say, I love birthdays, which is very true because I really do. Especially when it's mine, right? Ha ha ha. Okay, I love birthdays. And I want to exclamation point that because I want it to be exciting. Now I have to look at my details to make sure I get all of those in a sentence. Now, you can choose to write a sentence for each detail, or maybe you could combine some of those details together, okay? I think I'm going to combine these two because they're really close. Okay, so I have to tell you that I got a 10-speed bike as my present. Okay, so let's see. My dream, I can't squish the word was, so I go right back to the edge again. My dream was to get a new, red, because I'm listing, remember we learned that last week, I'm going to have 3 things, a new red 10-speed bike. I'm going to do bicycle. B-I-C-Y-C-L-E. Okay. All right. Now, my dream was to get, remember in my detail I said I always wanted one? This means the same thing, right? My dream was to get my new red 10-speed bike. Let's see. I saw one at the bike shop and I told my dad all about it. So am I done? No, I never told you that I actually got it, right? All right. My birthday arrived and I got a huge, I'm going to write it all in capital letters because I really want you to know that it was that big, a huge box. Yeah, I got a box for my birthday. Hilarious. But inside the box was my new 10 speed bike. I screamed thank you. Okay, so let's see how I did. Do you look forward to your birthday? That's my topic sentence. I introduced the idea of a birthday. I love birthdays. Now did I include the details? My dream was to get a new bike. Yep. I saw one at the bike shop and I told my dad about it. My birthday arrived and I got a huge box. Inside the box was my new 10-speed bike. I screamed, thank you! So let's see if I covered the details. Did I tell you it was a present? Check. Did I tell you I always wanted a 10-speed bike? Check. Did I tell you it was a 10-speed bike? Check. Now I have to have my ending sentence or my closing sentence. Okay, so the topic was birthdays. I told you all my details about my birthday. I need a sentence that it has something to do with birthdays. I would say, let's see, I screamed thank you. It has to be not a new detail at a birthday. Oh yeah. I might be squishing. Be careful, be careful, be careful. Oh, cool. My birthday was fantastic. Okay. First paragraph. One and done. Topic sentence, closing sentence. The details are inside. I indented, and then at the next lines all start on the edge. And now I'm ready for my second paragraph. My second paragraph will start the same length indenting as this one did. So I kind of draw a line, and it's going to start right here. And my second paragraph is right here. So I'm going to get my second marker out. I'm going to label it. This is number 2, paragraph 2. And that's my job for tomorrow's lesson. So tonight, what do you do, or today? You start your story in your spiral notebook on a fresh piece of paper. Have your map right by you. You're going to follow your map to help you write your story so that it's going to be very, very easy. Okay? Find your new one. Title. Make it start in an interesting way. Every paragraph needs to do that, okay? Topic sentence, details, closing sentence. You only have to do paragraph 1. You don't even have to post it. I'm going to trust that you're going to do it. But what you do have to post on today's assignment from Seesaw Video, I need your help editing this, okay? I want you to take a look, read this over to yourself, give me suggestions on how I could make this first paragraph or my title even better. It has to stick with my map. It can't be new stuff. It has to be what's on my map. But I could have different words here. Maybe you thought of a different adjective or an adverb I could use. Okay, so record your suggestions, attach it to this assignment by clicking add a response. And I look forward to listening to your suggestions, okay? Now, if some of you are really supercharged today and you're feeling like you want to keep going on, you may go ahead and write your second and third paragraphs. But remember, indent the new beginning of each paragraph. Every other line goes on the edge. And your paragraph has to follow the same pattern. Topic sentence, detail sentences, closing sentence, okay? Follow the pattern. That's what I'm testing you on, or that's what I need to see in your writing. Do you know how to write a paragraph? Use your map. If you have your map done, you just follow what's on your map and you write it into a sentence. Easy as that. Okay, so I look forward to hearing your suggestions for making this first paragraph even better. You have to have your first paragraph written, but you do not have to post a picture of it, okay? If you don't do it, you're going to get behind and then it's going to be a huge project. So get at least one paragraph done today. If you want to go on to the second and third, you may. That would be great. But tomorrow's lesson will continue on and we'll try to wrap up our stories and I'll kind of tell you what we're going to do for the rest of the time. All right? Good to see you. And I hope to see you soon. Take care.